Hello and welcome to Caramel and Coconut Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for the sun sign Scorpio. So if you're Scorpio sun, this could be the reading for you. What do I want to mention? Oh yes, it's a reading for time period June 19th all the way through until July 31st. Now I know it's a long period. It's almost like a 6-week period. And that's simply because I'm trying to juggle my time differently in order to get some other things into fruition. So yeah, I've kind of compounded the reading somewhat. And I'll kind of just trust spirit as to how I'm gonna do this dance with the channel and with the readings and what have you, but that's what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, that's why it's such a long time period. But anyway, I have picked 5 cards for you Scorpio sun signs. If you're looking for moon sign and rising sign, I'm not really focusing on that at the moment. I'm trying to keep it simple for people who don't quite understand you know how to find out their moon sign and their rising sign and all that stuff. So I'm just focusing predominantly on sun sign Scorpios, okay? And that goes the same with all zodiac signs. It's mainly the sun sign that I'm focused on, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to tune straight into the 5 cards with Spirit and my angels. Yes, 8 of Pentacles, right in the center. And actually that is the general vibe. When I pulled your cards, I was really drawn to just the work vibe. And for those that don't know, the 8 of Pentacles, very in traditional tarot at least, even though I don't hold myself to traditional tarot, I just trust spirit to bring through messages and use the cards as a framework just to frame the message to some degree. But the 8 of tools basically, sorry, the 8 of Pentacles is very much, oh, some of you may be using tools in the workplace. It came out as tools. That was interesting. Even though I did use the word tools previous to that when I was talking about the cards, using the cards as tools, but actually I said the 8 of tools. But it's, yeah, I mean, the guy or the person in the, because it could be anybody, we don't know, well, I don't know their gender, but, and again, I did say a guy because maybe this is quite a specific message. Little words are coming through. First I said tools and I said a guy. So there could be someone I'm speaking to quite specifically who is a Scorpio sun, who is a guy who does work with tools. And now I'm even seeing mechanic. I'm actually having the image of a mechanic. But let me see how the general message in regards to the 8 of Pentacles is resonating, because it is very much focused on work, okay? Which in traditional tarot, like I was trying to say before, but Spirit just bombarded me with messages. I'm not blaming them, but they are. The 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles is very much connected to a work card. Okay, and it's kind of has a Capricornian vibe to it. What I mean by that is the sign of Capricorn is very much, it's an earth sign, and it's very much related to having, being like the worker, the worker bee, if you like. So yeah, or the little soldier ant who gets things done. I'm not calling you ants, and actually I have a Capricorn moon, so hey, I sign up for being a soldier ant in the most positive senses possible. Okay, it means I get things done in the physical manifest world. But yeah, that's what it's all about, because the 8 of Pentacles is very much a card of work, yeah, in traditional tarot, and that's what I'm picking up. So lots of work. To get to my point, I'm seeing lots of work for you, Scorpio, coming in. Lots of work coming in, and also lots of you are doing lots of work. Almost like you're putting on your Capricorn hat, even though you may not be Capricorns, you may have Capricorn placements. And yes, I'm speaking very fast because that's just how the energy is flowing right now. But it's almost also indicative of how busy you're going to be in your work environment. And going back to that mechanic that I was speaking to earlier, they're saying, yeah, there is someone who, it may not be like a professional mechanic or anything like that, but there may be someone, I mentioned a guy, but someone, working with their car at this moment in time. Again, it's that work vibe. There's a lot of work vibes. There are a lot of work vibes coming into this reading, okay? Yeah, wow. I've just settled for a moment because the energy was quite full on. What else do we have, Spirit, in regards to this work situation? Okay, They're saying continue the flow. Yeah, lots of work, and this may not just be work for money. It may not just be. It may not be like your day job or anything like that. It may just be work around the house. Like someone, like I mentioned, maybe fixing their car with tools, and it's a great time for getting odd jobs done actually around the house. Whether you're going to fix up your garage, or you're going to fix up your house, you fix up your office at work, redecorate, whatever it is. It's a great time for getting things fixed. I'm even seeing a pendant. Someone may be mending a pendant or something. That's very specific. So you may be gluing a pendant together or something like that. Maybe it's broken. So it's a great time to get things fixed, is what they're saying. Yeah. And actually, that pendant, Spirit are drawing me to the neck area. It's almost like a pendant on a chain. They're actually using it to draw me to the neck area of somebody. They're saying you need to loosen up a little bit, and they're saying just a bit of movement, just some general movement of the neck. Some gentle, kind of manipulation, if you like, of your neck area might help you release some stress, some frustration, some tension, is what I'm feeling. Okay, because some of you may have been holding. I'm seeing someone sat in front of a computer actually. Maybe they've been hunched slightly, so they're saying, play around with your posture. Yeah, just move. They're saying walk around. Maybe if you're sitting in front of a computer. Again, I'm kind of piggybacking off that work vibe that I was talking about, but maybe you work in an office, or wherever it is you work. Maybe you work at home, you're in front of a computer. There's a lot of people working from home these days, but make sure you go for a walk. Yeah, like stand up, go for a walk, even around the house, sit back down, continue your work, because I am feeling a bit of stress in the body with some of you Scorpio sun signs. All right, and you're a water sign, so you kind of need to get a bit of flow going. Keep your juices active, so to speak. All right, so let's draw away from the Eight of Pentacles and work just for the moment. And I just want to focus on the Five of Pentacles, because this for me feels like you're somewhat... I'm hearing the word making up for lost time. And again, this could be, the traditional read for the Five of Pentacles is somewhat a card of lack. It resonates a vibe of lack. And I feel that there isn't necessarily lack. And this is a general reading, Scorpio, so please discern, okay, as to whether this does resonate with you. But I'm going to slow down slightly, because I know I've been going a mile a minute with my mouth, and yeah, I might have been losing some of you, but hopefully not. You can always rewind. But the Five of Pentacles often resonates the vibration of lack, and that's what I'm picking up. Is not that there is lack in your life at this moment in time, whoever I'm speaking to, but it feels like there's a sense of lack. You feel like you're lacking, and that's possibly why maybe you're feeling you have to work a lot. For some of you, maybe that you're kind of taking on extra jobs in order to make up for some kind of lost time, some lack. Maybe there's been a pregnancy or something I'm seeing, and that could be your... I don't know. You have to juxtapose this configuration. Whether it doesn't have to be that the male figure or has been going to work. If this was like a relationship of a man and a woman, and maybe the woman's been on maternity leave and trying to make up for lost time or something, in regards to she's also a career woman as well as having a baby. But that could be juxtaposed. That could be same gender couple adopting a baby, having a baby. However this miraculous universe works, we have many ways of bringing babies into the world. As controversial as that may be and triggering for some people as that may sound, we are all energy, and universe, soul, consciousness expresses itself in many different ways. Okay, so this may juxtapose the genders in any which way that this suits. But what I am seeing is that the only reason why I'm focusing on this is because the message I'm bringing in is that there is a sense of lack and making up for lost time. But Spirit is saying you have enough. Okay, so acknowledge that this is an energy within you that you're releasing. Okay, a feeling of... it's a bit like you could be the richest person in the world, but you could feel poor. It's that kind of energy. All right, and actually there's a lot of purging and a lot of... I know some people get tired of hearing the word purging, but actually that's part of what we're here to do in physical manifestation. We're here as human beings to purge a lot of energies. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it is truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. It is truth, and we have history as our teacher, when has Earth ever been this magical utopia? It hasn't been, because there's been wars, there's been poverty, there's been depressions, there's been all sorts, ill health, and that's because we are partly here to release energies, and someday, and obviously I'm speaking on the macro, someday we'll all be in this, magical universe, which I truly, truly see happening. But I'm talking thousands and thousands of years in the future. But for now, yes, it will happen in our small microcosms, in our little daily lives. We'll be appreciative of the small things of that resonate and reflect and frame that utopia that I'm speaking of, but we're not there yet, so be in the moment, take the journey. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent because we're focusing on lack. All right, and you're actually okay, Scorpio sun signs. Okay, most of you. This is a general reading. It may not. Maybe you're not okay. Maybe that means what I've just said doesn't resonate with you. So please trust your soul and take what does resonate with you, because this story may not fit everybody. Okay. And it may fit you to some degree, but not perfectly. Really trust that, because it can be so triggering to hear a reader read, and then it resonates so much so, like 70%, and then the other 30% doesn't. So then you just feel like, oh no, something's going to happen. I should try and align to what the reader said and all that stuff. No, trust your heart. It may not resonate with you. Okay, trust your heart. All right, so I'm going to move away from that lack conversation or that lack message, and I'm going to tune into the Four of Cups at the top. Okay, so actually let me just call out the cards, and for those that haven't been to the channel, I leave the labels of the cards in the description below, just so you can focus on the images and my voice. But I'm just going to quickly call out the cards. In the center we have the Eight of Pentacles. To the left hand side we have the Five of Pentacles. To the right hand side we have the Chariot card. At the top we have the Four of Cups, and at the bottom we have the Emperor. Okay, so I'm going to focus, like I said, on the Four of Cups at the top. That's where I'm being drawn. And what I'm feeling now this feels like it could be some of the people that I was speaking to before in regards to work, but it's also a whole other group of Scorpio sun signs. I'm seeing a battle going on in a household. There's almost like sibling rivalry is what I'm hearing. Now, firstly, what Spirit is saying is almost tied into lack. There's enough for everybody to go around. You're grown. So yeah, I guess I'm speaking to grown-ups. They're saying you're grown. Work through your stuff with more understanding of each other is what they're saying. So this could be siblings. There could be some bickering, some squabbles. I'm seeing doors closing and, opening and closing. Like, not fiery, but some of it, yeah, not, it's just, there's quite a lot of animosity in a household that I'm seeing. And actually, it's funny because it's a very specific vision I'm having, but it's actually quite a general message. So there could be a lot of kind of somewhat rivalry, sibling rivalry and stuff going on. And they're asking me to remind you guys that, at this moment in time, the astrology is really intense at the moment. And it's not blaming astrology. It's not like saying the moon did this to me, or the moon made me do that, or the sun makes me do this. That's not how I focus on astrology, but it is a wonderful framework. It is a wonderful mirror of what's happening here with our energies, on Earth, let's say. Because astrologically, it's quite intense at the moment. That's all I'll say. Yeah, and actually, one more thing I will say is also the sign of the planet Pluto. Let's call it the dwarf planet Pluto. Is currently shifting signs. Back and forth between. It's just gone back into Capricorn, which basically means it's gone back into Capricorn, and then it's going to go back into Aquarius for the next 20 years. But this is like a transition. I won't give you the complete dates, but it's giving you it's from next year. It will be in Aquarius pretty much most of the time for the next 20 years, bar 2 months. But yeah, for the this whole year, it's going to be pretty intense because it's going back and forth. Well, not completely. It's not going back and forth many times, but it is doing a journey back and forth. Okay, in between Capricorn and Aquarius. So, and Pluto is very much, one of the rulers of Scorpio. So it has that Plutonic, Scorpionic vibe associated with it. So that's also, maybe resonating in some of your environment, maybe in how you guys are carrying yourselves. There could be a lot of, because there's somewhat uncertainty in the atmosphere, there could be bickering and squabbles and people fighting for space and out of fear of, not having enough maybe to some degree, again tying into lack. So I'm seeing squabbling, but they're saying you're grown. That's what they keep saying. You are grown and you can work this out. All right, use words. Yeah, they are saying, use words, gestures. That could be small gestures, just maybe doing something for the other on occasion is what Spirit is saying. So yeah, I'm seeing that kind of playing out. But they're saying this again, they're saying this too shall pass. I say again because I often say that, yeah, this too shall pass. Because it will, it will. What else am I picking up? Oh, I'm holding my heart right now, and they're just saying, they're saying keep, and I'm looking at the cards, they're saying keep your cards close to your chest. So this could be a message for a few of you, actually. I'm seeing dreams. Some of you have dreams that you're trying to bring into manifestation, but they're saying don't go around telling everybody about them right now. Keep your cards close to your chest is what they're saying, because sometimes, when you start to, kind of spill the tea on your dreams, let's say, and start telling everyone, oh, I'm doing this and I want to do that, and then suddenly you face all this resistance because people will start to share their opinions on your dream, and you're like, oh God, I wish I didn't share it anymore. So that's the vibe I'm getting. So maybe it's just best just to keep stumm, which basically means zip it, close your mouth and don't speak. Right? That's what zip it means if you don't know. So yeah, so just don't speak about it, okay? Is probably the best protocol at this moment in time. Yeah, don't get too, because it can be hard. I feel some of you Scorpios maybe want to talk about your dreams to people, which I get. It's like that, oh, I need to share this with somebody. Yeah, maybe share it with one person who you really trust. But other than that, keep it close to your chest. All right, because I'm really holding my heart right now. And they're saying, yeah, you may have visions of the future. And the reason why they're saying keep it close to your chest is because your visions are quite far in the future, is what they're saying. So if you've told people about, future dreams like years in the future, then sometimes what can happen is you put it out there and you think, oh no, now I have to do it. And now I've put so much pressure on myself because I've told all my friends and they're going to expect this and expect that. And, you don't need to do that. You don't need to put that pressure on yourself. So just keep stumm and, silent, keep silent about it. And yeah, don't share it with too many people. Okay. But go for your dreams, because not saying they'll all come into manifestation, but some of them may, and actually, yeah, Spirit is saying some of them will, most definitely. We are all, divine loving beings with vision, and some of our dreams, we do get to see and bring into manifestation. All right. All right, the Chariot card and the Emperor. I'm bringing them in together. Okay, this is a sense of journeying. I'm picking up a message about, it's quite a fragmented message today that I'm picking up for different groups of Scorpios, okay? So yeah, I'm feeling that some of you, this reading won't resonate like all the way through for like one person. You may have to, it might be quite fragmented, like the beginning might resonate with you and then the end might resonate with somebody else, or, so that's kind of how the messages are coming in at this moment. But yeah, the Chariot and the Emperor, I'm picking up the word sojourn, journeying. Some of you are kind of wanting to travel, and they're saying, yes, do, but really, really read the small print on your tickets and insurance policies and stuff like that is what I'm seeing. Because right now, especially this year, there will be a lot of migration. However, and it kind of ties into the transit of Pluto into Aquarius, that big transit for the next 20, that's going to settle for the next 20 years. Pluto will settle in Aquarius for the next 20 years from next year approximately. So, and often around this time, just like in 2008 when it transitioned from Sagittarius into Capricorn, there was a lot of migration and shifting of, the earthly features, us, I've just called us features of Earth, in a big way. And that's kind of going to happen this year as well. It's, it's already been happening. A lot of migration has been taking place for different reasons, and it's going to continue. There's going to be a lot of migration, people looking for new homes to live in and what have you. So, but they're saying, I'm seeing travel and they're saying leisurely travel. I'm seeing more leisurely travel. Be aware when you do want to travel for leisure and stuff. Just check your tickets and all that stuff, because there's a lot of there's a lot of, they're using the word corruption and fraud out there, actually. That's interesting. All right. So yeah, maybe yeah, like booking tickets online, is this agent reputable? It might be cheaper, but maybe it's better off to go into a travel agent and all that's, maybe at this time, because we do so much stuff online, but there is a lot of cybercrime out there. So just be careful is what they're saying. That's the main message, actually. Be careful of cybercrime in regards to ticketing flights, because I see some Scorpios really wanting to travel. Yeah. And I'm seeing India. For some reason, I'm seeing India. So maybe I'm seeing maybe someone of Indian descent wanting to travel, or a group of people, or a lot of people from India wanting to travel. I'm saying be careful. Just be a bit careful, okay? Um, yeah. Um, yeah, so they're not saying necessarily traveling within India. They're just saying maybe I'm getting an Indian vibe from this message. So it could be a group of Indians wanting to travel, and you may be all individual, not know each other. This message may be for a somewhat varying groups of Indian travelers, let's say. But have some safe travel if you are traveling. All right. Yeah, and do be careful with your money and bookings and stuff with ticketing and what have you. All right. Yeah, anything else? Yeah, I guess I used the Chariot and the Emperor for that to frame that message, simply because the Chariot is very much a card of travel for me. It's very much like your soul's on a journey, and the Emperor, it just tied in because it was almost like there was a sense of wisdom, if you like, from the Emperor sitting here, being wise and discerning in his or her or their choices in regards to channeling. So that's kind of just to give you an idea of how I managed to tie the Emperor and the Chariot in. That's kind of just how it kind of came through. Okay. Yeah. So what else do we have? They're saying, what is Spirit saying? I'm holding my head right now, my temples, and I'm massaging my temples. Okay, they're saying some of you may need some body work, yeah, like a massage or a sauna or something. So just, yeah, some therapeutics, some relaxation, pamper yourself. That's what I'm picking up. They're saying if you can, pamper yourself. Okay, get some time. And that doesn't have to be huge, lavish, luxury, expensive pampering. It could be a bath, a bubble bath. All right, slightly longer than you usually would have one, let's say. But pamper yourself. Because they're saying taking care of the body at this moment in time is very important. Really, spirit are really drawing people back to the body because your soul resonates there. Do you understand? Your soul resonates there, right? And there's lots of information to be expressed through the body. Okay? And when I say information, I just mean, what do I mean actually? Why did I say that? Let me question it. Information in regards to releasing like aspects of one's shadow. Okay, there's lots of information within the body. That could be emotional information, intellectual information that's being processed maybe more in the head space, and of course the loving aspects too, peace, vibrations of harmony, all information that's being processed within the body. So Spirit is saying to take care of your body. Yeah, quite a simple analogy, actually. Right. For some reason, I'm almost going into my head to overthink it, but at the same time, I'm trying to get out of my head and just allow the messages to kind of flow. And actually, yes, that's actually what you need to be doing too. That's what they're saying, take care of the body. It's like a catharsis that I'm going through as I read for you. They're saying, look, get out of your head, Scorpios. Just, remember there's so much to be expressed through the body, is what they're saying. That's the message, yeah? There's so much to be expressed with the body, so do take care of it in the best way that you know how. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up and leave it there, okay? Because my body actually right now needs to move, and I feel like I just need to go for a walk and move. So that actually is going to bring me to the conclusion of your reading, Scorpio, and I wish you all the best, and please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the like button, share it with your friends and family or whoever if you so choose, okay? No pressure. I just appreciate you being here and maybe getting something from this channel, and I'll turn up as much as I can, as much as is divinely guided. But until the next time, peace and love, Scorpios. Peace and love.